The wind howls across the open savanna, its icy fingers biting through the thick fur of the tribe. The sun, low in the sky, casts long shadows across the grass, painting the world in hues of gold and orange. The tribe's leader, a Denisovan, stands at the front of the group, his dark eyes scanning the horizon. His towering frame cuts through the grass like a shadow of the past, an embodiment of strength and resilience. His face, weathered and scarred, betrays a lifetime of survival against forces that would have destroyed lesser beings. A rustle in the tall grass catches his attention, and he raises his hand in a gesture of command. The hunters fall into place behind him, moving silently as shadows, each of them armed with sharp stone tools, spears and knives that have been passed down through generations. The hunt is on. But this is not just any hunt. The Denisovans know that in this harsh world their survival depends not just on strength, but on strategy, collaboration, and knowledge passed down through time. The prey they stalk is formidable. A herd of giant antelope, their muscular forms moving in unison, each step a thunderous rhythm. The leader signals, and the group spreads out, positioning themselves for the attack. Their movements are fluid, practiced, a dance of survival that has been honed through countless seasons. Suddenly, one of the younger hunters stumbles his foot, catching a rock. The leader's eyes narrow in a flash of concern. The young hunter is no longer invisible to the prey, and the herd begins to scatter. A roar erupts from behind them, a predator unseen but unmistakable. A massive saber-toothed tiger leaps from the underbrush, its teeth glinting like daggers. Its focus is solely on the young hunter. In the blink of an eye, the tribe's leader shifts into action, his movements swift and sure. With a primal scream, he charges toward the tiger, his spear raised high. The others follow a blur of motion and sound, each person driven by the need to protect, to survive, to fight against nature's relentless forces. The battle is fierce, the hunter, the prey, and the predator locked in a deadly struggle for life. The leader, with his sharp stone spear, meets the tiger head-on, aiming for the heart. The sound of the spear striking is deafening, a sickening crunch that echoes across the savanna. The saber-toothed beast lets out a guttural roar before collapsing, its life extinguished in an instant. The tribe gathers around their fallen prey, their expressions grim but triumphant. They've survived another day. But the battle is not over. The storm clouds, heavy and dark, have begun to gather on the horizon, a fierce wind stirring the grasses. The tribe knows the storm is coming. It will test their resolve, their unity, and their survival instincts like never before. The storm hits with a fury that only the wild can understand. The sky, once tinged with the colors of sunset, now darkens, a monstrous cloud swallowing the horizon. The wind howls like a wounded animal, driving the savanna into chaos. The tribe huddles together, pulling their furs tightly around their bodies, each face a mask of determination. The leader, though towering and strong, is not immune to the storm's wrath. His eyes scan the group, ensuring that each member is accounted for, that no one is left exposed to the elements. The ground shakes as a thunderous crack splits the sky, and in that moment, it's as if the earth itself is trying to devour them. The first raindrops fall heavy and cold, hitting the ground like stones. The tribe moves quickly, scrambling for shelter, but the storm is relentless. The trees, long and gnarled, are bent by the wind, and the rivers begin to swell with the heavy downpour. The tribe must move, and they must move fast. As they seek refuge in a nearby cave, the youngest members of the group cling to their elders, their small hands gripping the rough skins of their protectors. The storm rages outside, but inside the cave offers some respite. The leader sits at the mouth of the cave, his gaze fixed on the horizon. He knows the storm is only the beginning. What comes next will determine if they survive the night. Hours pass, the storm showing no sign of relenting. The tribe huddles closer together, sharing warmth, food, and comfort in the darkness. A soft murmur of voices rises, but there is no fear. This is not the first storm they've weathered, nor will it be the last. They've survived the ice, the predators, the droughts, and the endless challenges of their world. They are stronger for it, more united, more relentless. The leader's hand reaches down to the young hunter who had faltered earlier. The boy looks up, his face still pale from the shock of the tiger's attack. But his eyes now show something else. A fire, a spark of determination. The leader nods a silent acknowledgement. The boy has learned. He has faced death and lived. The storm eventually subsides, leaving the savanna covered in a blanket of mist. The tribe emerges from the cave, the sky now clear, the moonlight casting an ethereal glow over the land. The leader raises his arms to the heavens, a gesture of gratitude, but also a challenge. The world is unforgiving, but they are still here. They have lived through the storm. The next morning, as the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, the tribe begins its migration. The leader walks at the front, his steps steady and sure. Behind him, the tribe follows, their spirits renewed. They move across the savanna with purpose, their eyes fixed on the distant mountains. The world is vast, full of dangers, but also full of promise. And as long as they stand together, as long as they fight with everything they have, they will survive. The journey is long, but the tribe presses on, their spirits unwavering. As they move across the open plains, the world around them is alive with the pulse of life. The rustle of grass in the breeze, the distant calls of birds, the steady rhythm of footsteps on the earth. The leader's keen eyes scan the horizon, ever watchful for danger, but also for signs of opportunity. The group has no choice but to keep moving forward. Their survival depends on it. In the distance, a river glimmers under the bright sun. The leader signals to the tribe, and they begin to change course, their pace quickening. Water is life. But when they arrive, the river is swollen, its waters rushing violently, far more powerful than they had expected. The tribe hesitates, eyes fixed on the churning waters. Crossing it will be dangerous, but to stay would mean running out of food and shelter. A decision must be made. The leader, undeterred by the danger, steps forward, his voice silent, but his actions clear. He takes off his cloak, using it to signal the others to stay behind. The first to follow are the younger members, those with swift feet and strong arms. They move in a line, crossing the river, carefully wading through the turbulent water, helping one another as they make it to the other side. When the last of the tribe members crosses safely, the leader remains on the other side, his gaze still locked on the vast, untamed world before them. He knows that they have crossed more than just a river. They've crossed a threshold, a point of no return. There is no going back now. The challenges ahead will be even more difficult. They will face hunger predators and the merciless forces of nature. But this tribe is more than just a group of survivors. They are a force of nature themselves. The final scene is of the tribe, united and unbroken, standing at the edge of the river, looking ahead toward the mountains. The sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting the land in a final golden glow. The tribe's leader, his face etched with the marks of time and experience, turns to the group. He does not need to speak. His actions have said everything. In the face of every obstacle the tribe has endured, they have survived. They will continue to survive. As the camera pulls back, showing the vast expanse of the world before them. The words of the leader echo through the land. We walk together, we fight together, we survive together. And so the tribe moves forward, their hearts bound to the earth, their spirits unyielding, ready for whatever challenges the future holds.